Hey guys, Thunderset here again, filming on location. My router's still not here. They said 2 to 3 days. It's coming. I'm at my friend's house. Sorry about the poor lighting, sorry about whatever's going wrong, but I still want to get the decks in daily. The new box has just come out. It's a doozy. It's a mini box, so it's really easy to dig through, and a lot of the cards are really good. So, what we're starting with today, it's new Dark Magician support. And it is very, very good Dark Magician support. Let's start with the best of it. It's this new trap card, Magician's Navigation. Special summon 1 Dark Magician from your hand, then special summon 1 level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster monster from your deck. If you control a Dark Magician, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 face-up spell trap your opponent controls. It has its effect negated until the end turn. Now, let's unbox a lot that is in this card. So, you need a Dark Magician in hand first off, so we're using a trick up your sleeve. You will always 100% have a Dark Magician in hand. Its intended use, now we're using it. Now, we special summon a Dark Magician, and then we special summon a second Spellcaster. You could special summon a second Dark Magician. You could special summon, let's say, a Magician's Rod, and then tribute your Magician's Rod from a Magician Rod in the graveyard, add it to your hand. You'll see that play in the replay. Or, we can special summon this little tech. It's Knight's End Sorcerer. When this card is special summoned, you can target up to 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard, banish them. Very, very useful. On top of that, he is also a level 2 tuner, which opens the door to Vermilion Dragon Mech, who is super, super useful, guys. Great card. So, he's great. When you special summon him with the trap, you'll banish 2 cards, then the next turn you can make 7 and 9. It's a Vermilion to maybe get over something you can't get over. Very great. So that's just the trap in itself, and we're not even done with it. So if the trap's in the graveyard, except the turn it was put there, and you have a Dark Magician, you can target 1 face-up spell trap card. Now, that sounds lame, right? But it's totally not. It will stop any card. It'll stop Neos Fusion, it'll stop a Canadia, it'll stop anything. As long as you have your toggle on, you might not even need your toggle on, but I always just have it on. It'll give you the option. You can use it as soon as the Canadia goes off, and it'll negate the Canadia. It'll negate a Neos Fusion. You can chain it to someone's Neos Fusion. It's gonna negate that too. Crazy, crazy trap card, guys. If you have 3 of it, definitely get 3 of them in there. I only have 2. You can remove a Drowning Mirror Force or a Champion's Vigilance, whatever you want. Get them in there. They're super crazy. Now, another new card we're using is the Eye of Tamaris. Target 1 Dark Magician monster you control, so it has to be on the field. Fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck that lists Dark Magician on it. So the new fusion monster we're using is Amulet Dragon. To get it out, it takes 1 Dark Magician, 1 Dragon type. You can banish any number of spell cards from your graveyard or their graveyard, and you'll get 100 attack. And if this card is destroyed, you can target 1 spellcaster monster in your graveyard, special summon that target, so your Dark Magician will come right back out. Very strong card. We're also using Dark Paladin. You can bring him right out too. He will discard a card and negate a spell, so also very strong. So, we're using 3 Magician's Rods. That will help you search your Magician's Navigation. We're using World Legacy. That'll help you get over bigger monsters and protect your monsters from dangerous stuff. And we're using 1 of each, 1,000 Knives, Dark Magic Attack to wipe the backboard. We have Drowning Mirror Force, 2 Canadia, Champion's Vigilance. These are our more defensive cards. So now this deck does have some bricks. You're always going to have a Dark Magician in hand. You know, anything in this row is like a brick, pretty much. So you want a Magician's Rod, you want these traps, or something defensive. But if you get like virtually any spell cards, just a handful of spell cards, it's virtually a brick. But other than that, it's a pretty consistent deck. It's so strong. This trap is so crazy strong, guys. So crazy strong. I wish I got a good replay of it negating a Neos Fusion, because it can. It negates anything, guys. It negates any spell or trap. So strong. Crazy out there. But I hope you guys enjoy the replays. Thanks for watching. Okay, Loomis and Umbra are still everywhere. Here we are fighting them. We're going second. Let's see what they got. They have an extra deck. Only 3 though. Check up the sleeve. Always have a Dark Magician in hand. Have a Navigation. Do not want to see Knight's End Sorcerer in your hand. Very annoying. You want to special summon him from the deck. Here we're fighting a 6 Samurai. So he brings out his Shien, sets one back row, probably a World Legacy or a Dual Wield. We normal summon our Magician's Rod. We're going to search 2 Magician's Navigation so we can bait him out with 1 and then hit him with the Drowning Mirror Force. That's exactly how it's going to go. So he uses Light and Dark to get rid of the legendary 6 Samurai for an Enshi. Normal summons the Enshi, special summons a Kizan. Swings in with the Kizan. We let him kill our Magician's Rod. That's going to be important later. Here we go for a Magician's Navigation. He negates it. Sorry, that was a lot happening. So we go for a Magician's Navigation. Shien negates it. We chain the Drowning Mirror Force. He chains Enshi, and he's going to send a Kizan back to his hand. So lots going on. 4 chain. So negate that, get hit with the Drowning Mirror Force, put the Kizan back in hand, and negate our Magician's Navigation. But we have a second Magician's Navigation that's going to actually bring out our Dark Magician this time. And we're going to bring out our Magician's Rod. So we're going to special summon a Dark Magician, special summon a Magician's Rod, and then tribute off the Magician's Rod with Magician's Rod and add him to our hand. So you'll see that right here. There goes 1. We get the Magician's Rod back to our hand. Why do we do that? We're going to get rid of that back row. We're going to normal summon our Magician's Rod. Here's a Legacy. Get our Dark Magic attack. Use the Dark Magic attack. Hit the back row. He scoops. It was a World Legacy anyway. But imagine it was a Wall of D or any other card and we still had it handled, guys. Okay, here we are fighting Loomis and Umbra. Let's see what they got. Going first. Going first is actually really good with this deck. You get to set up a strong board with lots of options, so it's actually really good. Trick up your sleeve, always have a Dark Magician. Pull our Magician's Navigation, and a way we could have searched it anyway, and a Canadia just for good measure. We search our second one, put 2 down, set the Canadia down, now we're good. He's a Sub-Terror using Mass Tribute. Goes for a set of a Staigo. So we're going to bring out our Magician's Navigation before the end turn. And that's going to show us this animation, but that's going to have our trap in the graveyard, and we're going to be able to negate any trap they have as long as we have our Dark Magician out. So that'll be very useful. Even if he has a final battle, we'll be able to negate its turn for an effect. We also brought out our Night Sorcerer's End. He's going to let us banish a card, and we're also going to make our Vermilion to potentially snipe off the final battle if he chooses to use it, or the monster, or a million different ways we could have done it, guys, but he doesn't let us. He goes and scoops from the Sub-Terror. Okay, so I'm going to try to make this a quick replay of us dancing around a U-Bell. Going second. So with U-Bell, you know what they're trying to do, you just have to play carefully. We have a trick up the sleeve for him. Sets a monster face down, you know it's a Yaksha. So we almost brick, good thing we have our Magician's Rod, that's going to get us started. So these are kind of win more. I would probably suggest just 2. Eye of Timeus. He flips up his Yaksha. We let our Magician's Rod die. We don't care. Now we're going to use Magician's Navigation. Now watch. We're going to do the same play. We're going to summon our red boy. I like the red Dark Magician more anyway, so it's good because you have to use Trick Up Your Sleeve. Trick Up Your Sleeve is absolutely 100% vital in this deck because you need it in your hand. So, like I was saying, 2 Dark Magicians. This is a win more card, pretty much. We're going to make good use of it. Here, we tribute off a Dark Magician for Magician's Rod. We put a Dark Magician in the graveyard. Probably didn't need to do that. Probably could have did a different Magician's Rod, but it's okay. So we use Magician's Rod, get a 1,000 Knives, swing into the Yaksha with the Dark Magician. We don't use any of our fusions yet. He destroys his U-Bell. U-Bell's on the field. Terra Incarnate, end our turn. His turn, he's just gonna go straight for an end turn. We have a Canadia though. Canadia has U-Bell, now it's our turn. Now we are going to hit him with... See, this is a little bricky. If you want just 2 of these, by all means, just play 2. It's probably better just to play 2. 3 is a little bricky. So we're gonna use one of them, tribute our Dark Magician, bring out a Dark Paladin. Now we're swinging for lethal, but wait, he has a Spheric Kuriboh. The stall goes on. Him with the Paleozoic Canadian, and of course you'll notice Yubel's effect did not trigger him because she was face down. He tries to use Fire King Island, that is why we bring out the Dark Paladin. Throw away one of these bricks, get rid of that Fire King Island. He has no other plays. He sets his turn, but then just scoops anyway. Great stuff, guys. Okay, and to finish this off here, we're fighting a Metaphys versus a Joey. Or, sorry, a Metaphys ran by a Joey. Versus us. He's using Grit, of course. We have a trick up our sleeve, though. Great hand, except we keep pulling our Knights and Sorcerer. You want to not pull him. We have one in the deck. We keep pulling him, so it's not even like we're getting perfect hands. Get a nice Dark Magic attack also. We're really pulling the 1 copies of our deck. So when fighting a Metaphys, they're going to do a lot of banning. He has this trap on the field. He's going for a search. We set our tuner since it's a brick. Then we set our Magician's Navigation and a Paleozoic Canadia. He gets a search off. Searches a Daedalus. Banishes a Tyrant Dragon. Banishes our monster with the Metaphys Dimension. Ends his turn. That's okay. Here we go. Pull 1,000 Knives. He is now going to special summon a Nephthys from his hand. Destroy our set cards, so we're going to chain both our sets cards. Didn't need to really chain the Canadia, but we do it anyway. Magician's Navigation is going to bring out 2 of our boys. Dark Magician. The red one's always cooler. He's got that ash gray hair. He's going for it. We'll skip the replays. I let them all play already. So we get 2 more. Dark Magic attack. Goodbye all your back row. 1,000 Knives. Goodbye your boy. We swing for what would be lethal, but he's using Grit. Doesn't matter. We broke his whole field. He has to start over with 4 cards. Draw a new hand. Guess it wasn't good, and he scoops, guys. So, like I was saying, guys, this thing is crazy. The trap is so strong. Like I said, it negates any spell or trap. It says face up spell or trap, so you think like field spells or stuff like that. No, it's gonna negate anything. It's gonna negate Canadias. It's gonna negate Neo's Fusion. It's gonna negate all that stuff. So if it's a little breaking for you, get rid of the fusions. Add your 3rd magical navigation. If you are so ballin' as to have 3, go for it. Other than that, Dark Magician's back, guys. You're definitely going to start seeing it places. I hope we get more interesting techs. Knights and Sorcerer is actually a pretty good tech. So, cool stuff, guys. Thanks for watching.